Al's made a friend. See, already before we've even got on the bikes, this is what super niche Ducatis do to people. Look at that.
Do you know what year it is next year?
No.
2018.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
And do you know what happened 10 years ago?
I had a car crash.
Did you?
Yeah. I got married. Yeah. I got engaged. That all ended pretty badly.
On a lighter note,
Yes.
Des, my old mate Des over here, made an appearance.
Yeah. One of the most spectacular motorcycles ever made.
Yep, agreed, and it was a bargain at whatever it was, 40...
About 42 grand, I think.
Yeah.
You know, and even that, even sat next to a Superleggera, I'd still take that.
Oh my God. I've been lucky enough to ride a few of these, and it's just as special every time.
What a day this is going to be. Autumnal, the roads are pretty manky and we've got some pretty special things, so I think we're going to take it pretty easy until these warm up. Oh, saying that, he's off. Oh man, just following that. I know I should be talking about this bike, but without a shadow, the Desmo wins the car park challenge. Absolutely. Looking at that in front, it's just, I want it. I want it. Oh.
Oh, good! Just listen to it. Sorry. Scaring sleeping babies with the Desmosedici. With Desmosedici. Sounds like a sort of half African, half Italian man with power. And do you know what also happened 10 years ago?
No.
I went to the launch of this.
Oh, did you?
In Mugello.
Oh, wow.
So I flew all the way over there, really excited, like, oh God, still quite a, a sort of spunky, young, dumb, full of cum journalist. And they were like, right, you got 5 laps on it. I was like, didn't know the track. My first proper, amazing bike launch. And yeah, it was an incredible experience. But ever since that day, there's a special place in my heart for Des. And 10 years on, Ducati have finally gone, you know what, L-twins, V-twins, no more. We'll ditch the Panigale as we know it, and we'll see that engine in that chassis.
Yeah, because people forget that this is a V4.
Yeah.
And they go, oh no, Ducati have only done twins, twins. But no, well, this is 10 years old, and it's still probably
oh my God,
the most delicious exhaust note, engine noise, howl, growl. It is just the best.
Everyone says an Yamaha R1M or an R1 sounds like a MotoGP bike.
No.
Or a V4 Aprilia. That is a MotoGP bike.
It is a GP bike.
I mean, it's been dulled down a lot, obviously, and much was made of the whole track to road thing, because it's not, it's got nice suspension, it's got nice wheels, it's got a funny 16-inch front wheel, which is ridiculous.
Bit annoying.
It's got the bare essentials, if you like, from a GP bike, but of course you can't make a GP bike on the road. It's not going to happen.
No.
But they've made a damn good job of it. Or they did make a damn good job
and
of
an
it.
absolute bargain, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you look at some of the special edition bikes now, HP4 Race, Superleggera, 65, 70
grand,
70,000 quid. And it's, at the end of the day, still based on their road bikes.
Yep.
This is one-off.
In typical Ducati fashion, it's not the easiest bike to ride. You know, it feels lovely. You know, the motor's really smooth, but it's really stiff and unforgiving, and it doesn't turn very nicely. And you know, it needs to be on a racetrack to be able to behave properly.
Yeah.
But I mean, riding on the roads today was a reminder that this is a pure race bike. You know, it's got lights and it's got a reg plate, but
Yeah.
it needs a racetrack. It needs a smooth surface to operate properly, very much like this bad boy.
Yes, I think, yeah. So in that respect, they're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Both like designed to go as fast as possible around a track with not much thought for road comfort. But it's still fantastic that you can ride it on the road, because some of the other...
The HP4 race.
It's like, well, you can't go down the cafe and show off.
No.
Because, you know, you can wobble around, doesn't matter, because you still feel like a legend.
And sound like a legend.
And sound, I mean, this... The nicest sounding motorcycle I think I think it is the nicest sounding motorcycle.
I'd agree with that.
I mean, it's been amazing having this bike because they're rare things, and the opportunity to be able to actually ride them has been spectacular. But we're not really here to talk that much about this, even though I could go on about that for months. It's all about this, the 1299 Panigale R Final Edition. They almost ran out of space on the fairing to write that. Look, lots of these are going to be ridden on the road, but both of these bikes are hugely highly strung racing bikes. They're not really designed for for road tunage. Fuck me, it's quick as fuck. That engine is fast. It's got a little bit of a sort of jerky stutter. I think that might be the Euro 4. I don't know what you call it. Suffocation, I guess, where the fueling's just not quite as mint and pucker as it should be. Mint and pucker. It feels light, nimble, rampant, exciting, sexual, and uncomfortable.
So we've got the FE, which is, we spoke about the Superleggera at the time being the final sort of see you later to the V-twin, L-twin, and little did we know, but about a week later they announced this. So it's a Panigale R chassis essentially, isn't it? Mm-hmm. With a 1299 Superleggera engine in. So it's a race bike chassis with a stupidly fast.
Is it a full Superleggera engine though?
Nearly. You don't get the nice suspension of the Superleggera.
No.
And that plushness, and that's the thing that's missing for me.
Yeah, it's a bit too mental.
Yeah,
and which is great. On like 3 Sundays a year, it's going to be fantastic. But even when we had the previous R round Estoril, it was so intense, so mental that it becomes a struggle. And actually, I've got to say, I found the Superleggera easier to ride.
Oh, it's much easier to ride
than this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it is the most balls out farewell to the V-twin you could have. It's
Definitely.
the most rampant ever built, I would probably go as far as saying.
I've never ever had bruises from riding a bike unless I've crashed it.
Yeah.
And the old Panigale R, just from riding it all day at Anglesey, just slapping its arse off, I had bruises here on my forearms.
Yeah.
But I loved it.
Yeah.
You know, the lap time wasn't there, but it was just it kept you on your toes, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I've always said riding a Panigale is like wafting your nuts in a vice and letting someone you don't know wind it in. You just don't know whether they're going to wind it right in and you think, ah! Or it's just going to be a nice, gentle ride.
Yeah.
But it's a gamble, isn't it?
I think in that respect, I think what Ducati have done with the final edition is make it as mental as possible and just go, look, this is it.
Yeah.
Bang. And I applaud them for that. In my honest opinion, it doesn't make it a particularly good motorcycle.
No.
But it's the most balls out mental one you can get. And I think that's like, farewell. Good on you.
It's funny, isn't it? The Euro 4, I mean, this is the first Panigale with Euro 4, isn't it?
Yeah.
Other than the Superleggera, but that was You know, you get the race exhaust with that,
Yeah.
and it's just you just get rid of that horrible box. I think by losing a bit of mid-range, which it has done, it's lost the mid-range, isn't it? It's lost that sort of initial punch.
Yeah.
It's still got that ramp and top end, so you get that whoop, and it just lets go, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like if it's going to power, like you start going over crest, well, you don't need to go over crest, but when it starts power wheeling, it's like, okay, it's under control, but then it hits the top
Power
end,
band.
and then it's like, oh no, this is fine. Oh, nice floaty. Whoa! So yeah, it does have it has lost a bit there, and I will say, it's definitely quieter.
Yes.
It's not as booming as the original Panigales.
It's a bit tinny, isn't it?
It's a bit tinny, and I find the throttle more choppy as well. And I think that's because of the guffage that's in there.
Yeah.
So you've got this, which it makes a more involving ride because it's just even more mental. But yeah, it's a shame that like the last one we couldn't maybe even have done what they did with the Superleggera, which was provide a sponduli.
But you know, ultimately, it's not as special as a Superleggera. It's nowhere near as special to look at, to ride, the ownership appeal. You know, but then again, it's half the price. So
yeah, but then a lot of that price is carbon fibre, isn't it? And
magnesium, and some of the because like I said, the suspension on this, it's just your average. I mean, it's really good. Don't get me wrong.
It's very good, yeah.
But it's not as good as that the NIX 30 kit.
It's velvet.
Yes.
The Superleggera is velvet.
Yeah.
And this is Velcro. Braking, incredible. Incredible.
I love the fact. I mean, it surprised me. I keep forgetting how good Panigale brakes are.
So good.
I mean, everyone has M50s on nowadays, but not everyone can provide this sort of stopping power.
No.
I was turning around up there doing the corners, jamming the brakes, and the back wheel came off the ground about 4 foot. I was like, whoa! It's just ridiculous, but yeah.
Even the rear brake is pretty good.
Yeah.
For a sports bike, normally they're just like
sponge
token.
test.
Yeah. So yeah, brake's fantastic. It turns in proper quick as well.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like the when we rode the Superleggera, where you get to the apex too quick. It turns that fast. It's like, oh my god! It's just that it doesn't feel quite as velvety as that. But
yeah, it's not glued to the tarmac.
No, it's very skittish. In fact, that holding onto it in every scenario. Yeah. Every scenario.
Yeah. So obviously, the Panigale R chassis, it has the 24-degree geometry, rake angle.
Right.
So it's actually sharper.
Okay.
Which means that's probably why it's a bit more skittish.
Like you can touch it.
Yeah.
And it would just.
Yeah. That kind of explains the skittishness, I suppose.
You cannot help but be ice cool on that Desmo. I mean, listen to it. That is one thing about this bike with the Euro 4 suffocation on the exhaust. Now, it has changed the tone quite a lot. It doesn't sound as booming as the Panigales of old. Panigales of old, that sounds like a sort of mythological TV drama. It's just absolutely mental.
As we go into the 2018 World Superbike season, they're not campaigning the V4, they're campaigning the Panigale R currently with Chaz and Landry, just so they can speed up development and make sure the bike's ready to go. And if Chaz or Marco, whoever's on the seat next year, doesn't win that championship, it's the first time a Ducati model hasn't won a world championship in World Superbike, which is a big thing. And you know, to me and you mortals, you can kind of see why, because it's such an animal, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I think, just one more point in this, you can see why Ducati have gone to the V4.
Yes.
It's the end of its development. There's no more you could do to this bike.
No.
If you made it any quicker, it would be unrideable.
Yeah.
And because obviously with Euro 4 now, you've got that massive box, you've got that sort of peakier engine and peakier throttle, you kind of see why that's it, there's no more.
Yeah. So I'm still a little bit unsure of how I feel about that bike. I haven't gelled, I've actually had it for a few days now. So I've been to sort of, you can ride it on the road, it is okay, it's fine, you can put up with it, of course you can. But I don't know if I've gelled with it that much. It's confused me a little bit. I don't walk up to it and be like, I don't want to cosset it and love it so much.
I'm exactly the same, but I think there's only one reason why that is. That's not to do with the looks, it's not to do with the savageness, it's not to do with the wheels or the green. It's the Superleggera. And I'm sorry, mate, but we've been spoiled.
I think so.
We've been spoiled rotten.
It doesn't feel quite as VIP.
No, it definitely doesn't feel as VIP.
As it should.
No. That's probably because it wants to kill you.
Yeah. However, if you can afford it and just want to have a laugh on track days, scare yourself and enjoy it and get fit, because I tell you, you're going to work hard. Brilliant bike.
And this is the thing, I mean, a lot of people, it goes back to what you were saying earlier, a lot of people will, you know, prefer the smoothness and the easy going and the sort of fluidity of a Japanese 4-cylinder bike, where you just get on the bike, you get on it and you just go around the corner and it's lovely and it don't throw any shapes. But you get on this and it makes you feel alive and it makes you feel a heightened sense of every sense you've got.
Absolutely. And there's definitely something to be said for, and I've been there with inline fours and my track bikes, is that you stress out trying to chase lap time sometimes and you ruin your holiday.
Yeah.
Because like there's always going to be someone faster than you, and you know you can't you end up going, oh, I need to go a second quicker here, and oh, I've done my best lap, and you focus on it so much. Whereas the guy that's just bought that and rocked up and like pulling wheelies down the back straight and having a ball, he's probably having a better time than you are, because you might not have, I don't know, whatever, your tyre pressures might not be right, or you're having a mental issue about something. You ruin it. So there's a lot to be said for just getting on it and experiencing the beast.
And a beast it is.
Yes.
Even if you're not a Ducati fan, I think you must be nursing some sort of chubby for the new V4.
Yes.
There's something, I think the Aprilia have done it for years, and the Aprilia is an amazing bike. It's an amazing bike, but no one buys it.
No.
And I can't figure out why, because it is one of the best bikes. But Ducati doing it, I'm sure it's going to be an absolute belter, isn't it?
I concur.
Farewell Panigale V-twin, L-twin, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Hello V4, can't wait. Also, thank you to David, the owner of this Desmosedici, for letting us have it for the day. It's been an absolute privilege to ride it. Every time I ride one, it doesn't get any less special. It's just God, I just can't get enough of them.